We're here in the Stand With Us studio with Stephany Daal and Sophie Mendelsohn from StandWithUs Netherlands. Thank you both so much for being with us. First of all, tell us why we need a Stand With Us in the Netherlands.
We need to stand with us because the situation in the Netherlands when it comes to anti-Semitism is quite concerning. A lot of people are not aware what anti-Semitism entails. A lot of people are not aware that, for example, like now with the October 7th, that anti-Semitism has increased 818%,
Wow.
Which is a lot indeed. And then also when it comes to Israel, people have no knowledge about the history of Israel, our connection as Jews to the homeland. So we need to stand with us to advocate the Dutch society. Yeah.
And Sophie, what are you doing on the ground? What are you doing with outreach and social media to reach out to people and particularly to young people?
Yeah, so I do the social media for StandWithUs Netherlands. I live in Tel Aviv myself, so for me it's very important to first of all educate people on Israel and do that through social media. And also I want to make the connection between Israel and the Netherlands. I want to make it stronger, and I want to show people that we're in Israel, like we're a very good people, and that people are loving and we're not hatred. Like it's not like the people of Israel are very dehumanized, and also people think because we all go to the army we're very harsh and very like not sensitive. So I want to show people that we're
the real Israelis.
The real Israel.
Absolutely. And do you find when you do your work on the ground, and maybe tell us a bit about that, what that work entails, that people are responsive to it?
Yes, in the Netherlands we also have the Emerson Fellowship, which is quite successful as well.
Which is the Stand With Us Student Fellowship operating on campus, creating the next generation of leaders.
Exactly. We also have the education program, where I was a part of last year, where I learned a lot. It's an amazing program as well. And then we also do events every month. We tend to invite Jews and non-Jews as well, because it's also important for Jews to know their history, of course. The people respond quite well. There's, especially like at events, we have those who ask very critical questions, but that's good. We invite those and have a dialogue. It's all about creating a dialogue.
And you mentioned that spike in anti-Semitism, particularly since October the 7th. What does that look like on the ground? How does it manifest itself, that anti-Semitism?
I know of, for example, in campuses where Jewish students didn't feel safe because there's been a lot of protest with the very anti-Semitic chants, and the universities didn't really do anything to protect our Jewish students. I know stories where the swastika was painted on the Jewish doors.
Wow.
I mean the doors of Jewish where Jews lived. It's been there's been several, like many incidents.
And so before we wrap up, I want to thank you for everything you're doing. You know, people may not know about Stand With Us operating in so many different countries, and of course our amazing operation in Holland. Tell us why you do what you do. Sophie, why don't you go first?
Because people don't know about anti-Semitism, and I think a lot of the anti-Semitism comes from ignorance. People just talking from what they see on Instagram. They read a post on Instagram about why Jews are bad, and they just say it's also because they want to be part of the group. It's trending now, and it's important that people know what it means.
Yeah, and it's good that you're there to give them the truth. They need to hear it in Dutch. Yes. Tell us, Stephany, why are you doing what you're doing?
I want people to see Jews as humans, because I feel like that's really missing. People really dehumanize us. And specifically at Stand With Us, I've been a student myself, I've been a youngster myself, and I know what it's like to not have answers when people start attacking you when they realize you have Jewish heritage, whether it's about the Judaism or about Israel. And so I want our Jewish students, the youngsters basically, to know where they come from and to know their history.
So important. Yeah. Thank you for doing what you're doing. I know you reach out to so many Jews in Holland, but also non-Jews as well. Yeah. And we want to build that movement as wide as possible. Stephany and Sophie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.